The difference between sun sign astrology and natal chart astrology is in the detail. In sun sign astrology, the astrologer can calculate where the sun's going to be for a whole sign of the zodiac in any particular time frame, whereas natal chart astrology, you have to give your date, place and time of birth, if you know it, to the astrologer, who then casts a chart just for you and you alone in a particular time period. So it's a lot more detailed. However, sun sign astrology can be very helpful in times of need, when we're, a bit lost, or we're not quite sure about things and we just need, or maybe confirmation on something, just to get the vibe really of what's coming up and what's going on. When I'm doing a sun sign forecast, I will always give the date of when a planet moves from one sector to the next. That's because the way that planet projects out into the world seems to change when it moves from one segment to the next. And by segments, I mean houses. There's 12 houses, and it's a kind of overlaid onto the chart of the zodiac, which is a symbolic representation of an actual situation going on in the sky. So we've got these 12 segments, and every time a planet moves from one segment to the next, it seems to change its gear, change its character. For instance, Mercury. Mercury is about the way we think, it's about ideas, it's about information, it's about this sort of situation here where I'm giving out information and you're listening, or it could be the other way around, and it's also about getting out and about more physically as well. So it's mental activity, but it's also physical activity. And when that planet, say, goes into your house of money, which is the second house of the zodiac, which is ruled by Taurus, then your thinking, your ideas, your conversations, or you're going from one place to another might be centered around a money sort of situation, or something to do with property or possessions, and you're being more practical and realistic about those sorts of things. So when I'm doing the forecast for the whole of your sun sign for 1 month, when I give the dates, you should only really pay attention to those dates if you're listening to your sun sign forecast, but not your moon sign or your rising sign forecast, for reasons I can't go into here. But it's that we can calculate where the sun's going to be and the planets are going to be as far as the houses are concerned, but not necessarily the moon or the rising sign in any 1 month, and that would be the reason there. So when I'm doing a sun sign forecast and I give the date of when a planet moves from one segment to the next, you should really only pay attention to that if you're listening to the forecast for your sun sign, not that for your moon sign or your rising sign. So that's a kind of general idea of what you should expect from sun sign astrology. It's not an exact science, and you shouldn't take the whole thing too literally, but really what I would say is read between the lines and you just get the gist of it. You pick up the vibe really from the examples that I give, and I hope that's been helpful to you and that's clarified things, and I'll see you the next time.